And here we are in Papa Wolf's dungeon. And it's November 10th. And I'm just here to let y'all know whatever pops up, we talk about. Got a few things on my mind. Not a whole lot. But it's just stuff that pops up every day that just irritates or frustrates the hell out of you. And so this past week we ended up doing finished doing Forest of Screams, and we had our company party. But this let's see, I got my notes over here on my phone from there, and I got some notes up here. So anyway, just letting y'all know that there's a few things that popped up out there, and there's a few things that popped up here at home, and just things that frustrate the hell out of you. I mean, it's not what the title says, but I'm supposed to be, kind of watching my language. But anyway, out there, this last few days out there at the haunt, which is what we call it, we're looking at just watching these people. I mean, I could probably go to a mall somewhere and sit down and just watch people. And my father-in-law could do that. He didn't want to go anywhere and just walk around. He would go and sit and watch people, and that's the way I'm getting. So, it's pretty interesting. But nowadays, I don't think I could, because watching these boys, age of 12 to 18, and how they want to act around people, it makes me wonder why. Do they act that way at home? If so, why do the parents let them? Here's a story. I'm going to tell you a story. It happened last weekend. And it happened on the haunt. Believe me, I got a lot of stories about the haunt this year. I said, but trailer, I mean, I'm sitting there ready, scared of trailer. This was like maybe fourth or fifth trailer coming in. And I hear these people on there. I'm thinking maybe this is going to be a good trailer. Maybe I'll scare them. So when they come down to my scene, I pop through the door. I did mostly on mine. I'm a jump scare. I'm either going to get you one of three ways. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to come and see it next season. But I'm either going to get you one of three ways. So I pop through the door, it gets you one way. And when I pop through the door, all these boys are on the side where I'm at on my stage. They jumped. Well, it must have just embarrassed the heck out of them, because all of a sudden they turned around, they started making noise. So much noise, and I have a mic, and I got a speaker where the mic comes out, and it's turned up all the way. And these boys were so loud and obnoxious that I could not get what I usually say out to the other people. So then I'm like, wow, you guys really need to be quiet. And the more I talk, the louder they got, and that's when I just shut down. I just reach out, go over, get what I do it, walk down to the end, tell the driver, take them on, get them out of here. I can't do my skit, which really, like I said before, people on the wagon don't get to see anything. You're paying $32 to $45. If you pay for the speed pass, it's $45, and they don't get to see it. I mean, that's the way the other actors are doing it too. I mean, if they get up on the trailer and they can't get their skit done, they just walk off. But I just don't know why. And then my question is, why do 12 to 18-year-old boys, and I'm not supposed to say this, why do they want to be Peckerwoods? I'm not supposed to say that. My wife told me I shouldn't say that, but it's an old term, and I haven't looked it up. But they used to call them back in the old days peckerwoods. To me, it was anybody that made obnoxious. They were obnoxious, ornery. I mean, not ornery. I'm ornery, but you just I don't get it. But then here's the rest of the story though. Well, why when I went around to the other scenes, the security guy came. He said, "Well, were they making trouble?" I said, "Well, they were loud." I said, "But there might be problems on further down." He said, "Well, I'll follow them," and which they did. I mean, they got down to the one scene we call the cemetery, and the one kid got up and actually hit one of the actors. I mean, he actually clocked him in the head. And come find out the tractor driver had to pull over to the side, call security, say, "Hey, we got a problem down here." And once they got down there, the manager got down there. Come to find out, these kids are sitting on that one side, and the manager looks over at these people sitting on the other side. He said, is these kids with you?" They go, "Yeah, they're our boys." And I'm like, okay, you're the parents. Why didn't you stop this when you came to the first scene? Why did you stop this before it got any further around to the other scene? This is where I'm going to probably lose my temper. People, if you got kids and you go out somewhere and that kid is acting up or being obnoxious or being loud or screaming or kicking or doing whatever, you take that kid out of that situation and you correct them. And I'm going to tell you another story after this. Parents, you're a parent. I don't care if that kid calls you every name in the book. By the time they get to where you're going, usually when I took mine out, it was usually to the car. They wished that they would have kept their mouth shut and listened to what I was saying while we were in the store or wherever we were at. I don't care if the kid is going to say, "If you whip me, I'm calling child services." I'm like, okay, that's fine. But if I go to jail and I come back, you better be gone. That usually scares them. But me and my buddy, one buddy, his daughter called child services, and I was there when they showed up, and the lady told him, and he goes, what is child abuse? Anything that leaves lacerations, bruises. There was another one, but I can't remember. On a child is abuse. See how big my hand is? A swat on the butt is not child abuse. That's the way I am. But my kids knew when I raised my voice, because I don't usually raise my voice. When I raised my voice, they knew they were in trouble. Now, those boys on that trailer last Saturday or Friday, was it Friday? I can't remember. It was Friday. When the manager found out that the parents were sitting on the other side, he looked at him and told him, he said, "You need to correct this or you're going to be leaving." And to me, I would have said, "You need to correct this now or I'm going to correct it." Needless to say, I don't know what happened after that. I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I don't get why parents let their kids like that. Now, the weekend before, I had kids coming down. And this one kid turned around and looked at me and he goes, and out of the blue, I mean, it kind of comical, but it was kind of something the kid shouldn't have said because I think he was about maybe 8. He looked at me, "Are you gay?" And as soon as he said that, his dad reached over and popped him upside the head. Now, to me, that's applause on the dad. And then another one came down. The kid got a little loud, and I just looked at him. I said, "Son, you need to keep quiet so I can get my skid out." And his dad looked at him and yelled his name and said, "You need to be quiet." And the kid shut up. Now that's parenting. But the rest of them, they come down through there, be loud. The parents are with them, and they don't do anything after the actor's sitting there trying to do the thing, and just sitting there. No, that's not parenting. You need to shut your kid up. You need to correct them right then and there. You're not going to embarrass me. You're just embarrassing yourself because we're going to look at the kid and we're going to look on that trailer. We're looking for the parent. Do something with your kid. Because what's going to happen is we're just going to give up. We're just going to say, "Driver, get him out of here." Now, my daughter did this when she was little in a mall. She didn't scream or anything. She started crying because she didn't get something that she wanted or something. She started screaming and crying all the way through the mall. And I looked at my wife. And my wife said, "Well, we're all going to go." I said, "No, you and the boys wanted to look at something." I said, "Go look. I'll take her to the car." So I picked her up, threw her over her shoulder. She was screaming and kicking. Picked her up, took her to the car. And once we got to the car, she wished she hadn't done it. Because I put her in her seat and I looked at her and I started yelling and she knew Dad was mad. I never had to whip her. I never whipped my kids. But when I raised my voice, they knew they had done wrong. Anyway, so that's what happened at the haunt. That's what all of us are trying to figure out. Why these 12 to 18-year-old boys think they got to be Peckerwoods. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I mean, they're not. I mean, I don't know who they're trying to impress because they're not impressing me. They're just showing me that they're not very intelligent at that age. And evidently there's no, if there's girls on there, they're not impressing them either. The girls at that age, got no problem with them. I mean, it's true. Girls mature faster than boys. They act their age, but these boys don't act their age at all. I mean, I hate to say it. I don't think I ever acted like that. I mean, I know I didn't, because if I did, my dad and mom would have corrected me right then and there. Anyway, what else? Not very much popped up this week. So went to the hospital. My wife had surgery. She got through that. She did a little bit better. Still having it. So she's a little bit groggy every once in a while. But yeah, everything going good. Try to figure out what else pops up every day. But went to the doctor. My doctor. I got a good doctor's report. Going good. 15th of this month, I get a virtual doctor's appointment, and we're going to try to get rid of the old belly here. I'm going on to what the VA call move. I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna get this old buddy, this old boy right here, back into shape. So evidently nobody's. I don't know what else to do to get this thing out there. But I'm trying. I just put the link on Facebook. But anyway, I'm at my mark for 15 minutes. I'm going over. So just wanted to let you know I'm here. I got a chat room now. Go to YouTube. I got my link now. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. So that's all I got to say, people. I'm out. Stay safe. Carry each other. I think next week is, let me see everybody's old calendar. Hang on a minute. I got to do this. Let's see. Today's the 10th. Next week, I'll be on next week sometime. In a couple of weeks, it's Thanksgiving. I'll be on before Thanksgiving. And hopefully we can get this thing fired up and going. I'd like to get a lot of people on here seeing everything going. And I don't know if I can play music on here or not. So, y'all just keep doing what you're doing. And I'll see you next week. Love each other. Love y'all.